Hello everyone, this is DJ Nathaniel. I'm going to do a quick guide on the new thieving 120 update through the heist. And we have currently my preset. You have the, I didn't update this. We got just got food in here. Just it doesn't matter what type of food. It's just an in general thieving update outfit. So we got the Brooch of the Gods, Grasping Pouch, Grace of the Elves, Thieving. It's the cape doesn't really matter because it doesn't unless you have the 120, which helps with heist. The camouflage outfit, which helps quite a bit. This is the new ring currently. From what I sold yesterday, it's sitting at around 71 mil. So that's your ring, and increase your theming percent by 5% and your hunter by 5. So nice things. These are more so for thieving, like if you're doing like any general pickpocketing. So, okay, we're gonna get to the heist. You need a stethoscope. Just make sure you have one of these, otherwise the heists are big pain in the butt. Different teleports. This one's just for when I'm doing my in between when I'm AFKing. So because they have new vampires. So we're gonna go to the first heist location. It is at the archaeology location K Cardet. So we'll go there, take a look. So it's gonna be down here in the fort here. Click main fortress. Go down here. I have bladed dive on my offhand, just in case you're wondering. Just so it's our So first thing you're gonna do if you need to get in here, this is the vault. You need to talk to her, and then you need to click 5, and then it unlocks the vault here. So then you can just go in. I am using in this vault. You're gonna want to use the light form and the Asuran Spirit crystal mass. So what this will do is it'll prevent this legionary from coming up at all. Okay, so what you're going to see when you're in here is spots that you can thieve. If you look on the mini map, it shows spots where the legionaries are. Legionaries are going to give these right here, these seals right here. You need these seals to pass these barriers. And while watching, that's a safe spot for this guard here. So you kind of want to just walk around and make sure you don't get hit by these. These legionaries here and these types of chests right here are where you get, you'll see here in a second, you'll get a pylon battery. And the pylon battery is what charges anchors, shadow anchors right here. And that will see these shadow chests right here. That will make these shadow chests visible so you can access them for more loot. If you follow the path I'm doing currently, I base it kind of on right here. You can look at this. 500 loot is what you're going is your maximum amount. So usually I'll loot good portion of this. Usually I'll loot everything in this room except that that first room I based it on if I get the seal or not. If I get the seal from that body, I'll usually loot the chest because the chests are worth 15, the safes are worth 30 in here, so it's a little more, worth getting. Sometimes, and the stethoscope makes that happen a lot faster. Otherwise, when you're doing the chest, it's gonna take a long time to do. Yeah, so basically, if you get that guard that's walking around, if you get hit by him, you get caught and you lose 20 loot. If you do not have a master thieving cape, if you have the master thieving cape, you only lose 14. So, um, also another item I have that was not visible is the master thieves lockpick. If you don't have that, your other choice is to bring a hairpin or a normal lockpick along. It helps with this right here. Even though sometimes I feel like this is doing nothing. Okay, there we go. So usually a good practice is to loot as many of the legionary bodies in the early part as you can, because you want to get as many of the pylon batteries as you can get, and usually each one of these bodies have a pylon battery. Oh, also see this grass? It's kind of like big game hunter. There's different spots of it all over the map where you have like little areas that you can hide from this guy's presence so that you don't get hit. Okay, now once you activate the pylon battery, it makes that shadow dial active, so you can click on it. So in this room, I do not touch. This room, there's 5 total locations that you can. Well, actually, more, but there's this one that I don't think you can get the. I've never gotten the seal from this chest or this chest, so I'm assuming that you can only get it from this body or this body. So what I usually do is if I do this body or this body and I don't end up, there's another seal for that door down there. So once I get the CO, if I get it from one of these 2 bodies, I will skip this shadow anchor right here, and I'll go and just make sure to do these 2 chests here, and then I'll move on to the next section. So it's kind of like based on what you're doing. So because usually if you have over 200 loot by the time you're moving into the next area, it's perfectly fine to like skip this one and that one by the end. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's just I've kind of figured it out as I go along, It's kind of like I've done this about 100 times too, so I'm pretty knowledgeable about what I've been doing. Yeah, so like I said, the only place you can get these seals from are from the dead bodies and the chest. So you do not get them from I've never gotten them from a safe. So okay, and this is here. If you want to, this is currently a thing. You just surge, bladed dive, and you get right here. Boom, easy. For some reason, walls do not exist in Jagex' world. Okay, so I'm gonna keep looting this, but if I do not get the, you'll see here in a minute. If I do not get the steel, okay, I guess we have to do. Where are you going? Oh, there you go. I got caught. I was just gonna show you what that does. So you lose 14 loot. Basically, takes this and lowers the amount. I was just going to show you that at least once this run, so you get an idea why you don't want to do it. That does not affect my run here, so we'll just keep going. So we're going to activate the shadow anchor here, because we did not get this legionary seal. So you can either get it from here, and then there's a chest over here also. The chests do not pop up on the map, but the ghost legionaries and the dead bodies do show up on the mini map, so in case you ever like don't see them, this will help you with that. Okay, so obviously I did not get that seal. Usually, so the chance it's like a 50-50 chance pretty much. It's like sometimes I get it, that will speed up your time if you don't end up having to do this whole room, but it ended up that I ended up having to do it. I screwed that one up. I forgot the bladed die for that section. That's fine. That's why I tend to. And yeah, see, and I'm below 200 now, so I definitely have to do that chest. The thing you need to learn with these is if you're in there, like, there's like a very thin outer layer that you can be inside of, and it doesn't matter. But if you're inside their main thing for over 1 game tick, you automatically will, be thrown back to the, because there's save points too. So like in that first section, the save point is that first area. In this one, it's that first section that you saw earlier. Once you pass this barrier here, you'll see. Was I in it? Oh, I was in it too long. I'm just getting greedy because I'm streaming. Sorry. It's fine though. You can surge through them and you won't get caught. So, see, I'm over 200 though, so we're good. So this one, you're gonna go through this barrier, and then there's a shadow anchor here, shadow chest that you pay attention to. So kind of. But as you can see, I'm over 200, and once you enter this area, you'll have this room, this room, this room, and this room. This up here is going to be, so what this shadow anchor in here does is it'll activate this chest, but it'll also activate this shadow crystal here. So what you're going to see in a minute is there's going to be a little just a little puzzle that pops up on here. So what you're going to see is, I call it shadow pathing. If you do not step on this correctly, you will teleport out and lose, I think it's 5 loot. But as you can see, if you're on it for less than a second, you will not get teleported. You can do like a sideways walk and it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, fun times. Looks like my crystal shield ran off. We want that for this. Uh, so a lot of people don't. So basically, what the crystal shield does is I've never had one of these legionaries. So what happens is you disturb at 33, 66, and then 100. It has a chance to spawn one of those ghosts right in that location, and then you can get caught. So if you're like semi, because you can do this pretty AFK, like without much, interfere. Like you find like there's certain like little safe spots like this area. The guard will never walk through this area, so it's like little safe areas. You'll learn that as you go along. In this room, you want to make sure to loot all of these bodies because you want to make sure you have 10 pylon batteries. Otherwise, what happens is you can't go to the last room. See, there's the rare chest in this room, but if you don't get if you don't get the shadow anchor for this one, you won't be able to go to the south room. And if you're low on loot, like, because you can loot all the rest of it early on, and you'll be good on loot. But if you like say get caught or something during this part right here, it's always good to have that last room option because it has 2 safes in it and a chest, so that that's kind of like why I skip some of the early stuff. But it's better than safe than sorry. Normally you can run these pretty fast. Like when I'm pretty much paying attention. Usually, for the most part, though, I'm on my main and on my Iron Man running this because I've gotten to the point where it's really fast. It's really proficient. Just get the. Technically, at this point, if you really wanted to, you could turn your light form off and your mask because after this, you will not be looting any more bodies. But me, just like I just leave it on. At this point, we're going into the last room with the big chest. So right here is a save point. So if this guy's gonna walk in here, he's not gonna tag you if you're standing in this spot. It's kind of like this line right here. He doesn't like. You'll see right here. Watch, his aura will go across me, but it will not teleport me. So little tricks. You cannot bladed dive nor surge during this walk at all. So kind of just follow the pathing. Make sure once it disappears, it doesn't really matter because as long as you follow the pathing. So here we're gonna do this. I tend to do this because if you know the pathing of this guy, his next pathing should be to walk into the next room over here to the north, and then he comes into this room next. So he's kind of like doing opposites. So if I remember right, okay. So this chest right here will always have 100% chance of getting more pylon batteries. I've noticed that. Like it's like 100%. This is like a guaranteed chest to give you pylon batteries so you can finish. Because otherwise you'd be stuck here and you'd never be able to finish this. Once you finish this last pylon battery though, you can activate the last shadow crystal, and it makes it so this area out here becomes you can walk in it. So basically that's what that last battery will do. Just giving you an idea. So here, let's see, we're entering. I might have lost some loot there. This is gonna be close. I might be below the. You want to try to get 500 at your max, but you saw me mess up like a few times there, so that's why it's kind of like. Once you get to the point where you're like perfect at it, though, you'll never make those things. I just mess up because trying to get through here as fast as I can. Okay, so this guy's gonna come in here. Wait, no. Oh, I guess he's going. Oh, okay. So you want. Okay, so he walks here to there, to there, to there. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes he'll skip rooms. So now he's going to go in here. And he'll always go to the right first, and then he goes to the left. So usually for the most part, it's just kind of like whatever. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little low on loot, but that's fine. I'm not really one of those people. I'm just kind of doing it for fun. For the most part, though, I will stay at the 500 mark when I'm actually paying attention, you know? So that's the last chest there. Okay, we're gonna open these up now that he's out of here. And nice thing about these, if you walk away from them, they save your progress, so you will not have to worry about that. So now, with that guard, he will walk to every other room, like in the set progress, so you won't have to worry about him being in this room very much. Oh, that's gonna be close. It's gonna be 499. That's fine though. 500. So basically, what Mod Sponge confirmed, Dave released that the more loot you have, the more roll chance you have. So it's best to make sure that you know, try to get as many roll chances. So here at the end, I'm going to, you'll see, click on my luck of the doors because it takes 8 ticks to do this. It's pretty good XP. It's about 3,000, 3,100 XP. So okay, well there we go. I'm 1 off, so I'll still probably get all the rolls, but yeah, there we go. This is the Vault of. Which one is this one? This is the Heist suit, and it's pretty decent cash. Like it's the lowest I got was 300. The most I got was like 5 mil just from raw loot. So it's pretty decent, pretty good loot area. Okay, that was, what is this one? This one's a vault. This is the vault of Hernandez. Hernandez, I think is how it's pronounced. Okay, so now we're going to the second one. If you have a Slayer cape, I would highly recommend it because you need to go to Anachronia, and if you don't have it, you will have to walk all the way from your main base all the way over to here because she'll be at the Slayer location over here for this section. It is slightly to her south at the bottom here and over here. Some people might have awesome bladed dive surges. I personally do not. I just run the vaults. I honestly don't care. There could be like the best method, but I'm going to show you the most, you know, proficient method that I've done for it. So for the most part, like I found like my pathing, you know. That's the major thing about this is making sure you have pathing and you're doing like just realized to turn my audio off, and the audio is really good in this game, so it's always good to have it on. So this is kind of like that first one. You're gonna get a codex from this chest, or this chest, and that's the only way you can get them. So based on when you get it, hopefully if you get it in this room, it's good because you can skip the other chest in the other room. This one is a little different. The loot is it's a little bit more. I'm still not sure exact numbers, but it's still pretty good. So here, go across. You'll learn in this game a lot of stairs and stuff do not exist. Okay, so the first major mechanic, oh, that by pushing those levers, by the way, was to deactivate the dragonkin in the middle. So just want to make sure to do that, otherwise you'll get hit. This right here, got a wall of energy. Just kind of dodge it by stepping in the middle. There's like a little line here that you can step on. It's kind of nice. So if you had gotten the book in the room before, in one of those 2 rooms, you can click on this dragonkin pylon, and that activates this barrier here. As you can see, it's red right now, but once you click on it, it will activate that barrier. Sometimes swear I don't have 200 mil thieving, you guys. Like, I swear to God, sometimes, bro. Like, you're sitting here at this for like an hour, and you have a master lockpick. Oh, what's that master lockpick doing? It's just taking a nap in your inventory, guys. Well, that's okay. So this one, you do not need light form or any sort of thing. So as you see, deactivated, and now the barrier's green, blue. Okay, so some people don't wear equipment in here. I just wear it because, you know, it has Excaliburs. But here, you got that chest. You can either do that. I tend to ignore it. So these will pipe. They'll do 5 hits, and then you're good to walk. Usually, once you do that, you can just walk straight across. See, if you get hit, this one, by the way, this is why I bring food, because I tend to not give a shit. So you want to be careful during this part because that, oh, there it is. Yeah, back up. Yeah, right there. That guy will pop up from time to time. He has a set pattern. He'll go here, 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 and just keep rotating, so good to pay attention to that. Yeah, now he'll disappear and he'll go over here now, and you can just, oh, I don't want to stand there. Yeah, that flame has like a... So we'll just stand here and wait. So as you can see, boom, boom, boom. So these things got like a weird thing. Sometimes they will hit you, other times they do not. So I'm not really sure exact mathematics of this. Like once this goes by, I'll usually just go like this, and for some reason they don't hit you. I don't know why. I think it might be a bug in the game, but yeah. So that's it. That's getting that barrier down over here. Usually at this point, I'll bladed dive here, walk across, go across here, back up one so I don't get hit by any of the balls, do a surge, wait for this guy. Actually, for right now, it would probably be good to do this because he's going to teleport here. So we want to get this while he is in his rotation, you know. Make sure you're not getting stuck here waiting for him. You'll scan. Usually it takes about like 10 seconds from what I've seen. So we'll go over here. There is a chest over here that we want to grab. For the most part, I'm always cracking the safes. I want to get the safes, and there's like high-end chests in here. I forget what they're called. Ornate chests, I think they're called. Those are going to be your main ones that you're going to want to grab. Okay, let's see. Looks like we got loser here for the most part. If you want to, just blade dive straight through. Ignore him. You can do that with this. Next spot I do is this chest right here, and then we're going to climb up these handholds that you can't see. Usually I'll do the top part of the dungeon first just to get it out of the way because got a few loots in here. This is my run though. It's just kind of like I started this last night, so I don't really know the... this one will not hit you if you just come up. It's kind of, I think it's a nice little thing they did to make sure you don't get hit. So up here, you're gonna have flame cannons. Nice thing about this, for the most part, bladed dive, just like you can pretty much skip this whole area. Jagex doesn't really think of pathing, I don't think, when they do this. So now we can just bladed dive across the map, and boom, we just dodge all those mechanics. You can go in this room if you're low, but for the most part, from what I've seen, if you don't get hit at all after... So actually, technically, after this section right here, the only things you really need to loot are those two chests, and if you don't get hit any time between that, like if you get hit any time before that, it doesn't honestly really matter. All that loot is kind of like meh. But if you get hit, you know, it's fine. Because you get more loot from what I've seen from these. Here we go, showing off Jagex's mechanic skills again. So we're going to start with this one because kind of watch out for these little bops dropping down. They'll hit you and you'll lose 7 loot from them. So always good to pay attention. Like, honestly, it's like based on what you want to do with your time, but if it's going to hit you, kind of just step back and that's it. For this room, you want to activate this thing. Definitely, you need it to be able to activate this. See that red barrier over there? For down here, there's 2 of them. So, come on, bro. Seriously, what is the point of 2? So this one, once it glows that color, that means you've activated it, and it is ready to move on to the next section. So here, I want to make sure to click like a game tick before. I don't know what it is with saves. Saves seem to have like a error, like they delay the mechanic for some reason. I don't know why. Say like you'll see, oh, almost got hit there. Yeah, they delay your walk away mechanic for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. The big chest here has 75 in it, so you're technically only needing 425 by the end here. So I don't even know. I don't even know if I need this chest. Let me check. I'll check for you. Yeah, because we're at the very end here pretty much now. This is like the end section. This one's a lot faster than the other one, so if you find your pathing, it's quite a bit faster. Just learning to dodge everything, like where you need a bladed dive, different things like that. Go, we'll search here. Yeah, and if you follow my pathing, for the most part, you will not be hit by anything. So, except that first part. That first part I always hate. It's so dumb. I don't know why it's like that. Okay, we'll bladed dive across here. Wait for this guy to end up firing. Go over here. Activate this conduit because this is going to deactivate the barrier over there. See, barrier is down, so now we're good. A barrier. Then we're gonna crack this safe. What are we at? We are at 305. So nice thing about leaving some of the floor ones is you'll be able to go back if you get hit or anything. Okay. Yeah, once you time this, you'll be really good at. You'll just know like instinctively where to blade to dive and different things. Okay, now we're on the last part. This is the very end of the heist. So there's a little chest over here. And jump over here, grab the sword knight chest. I think we should have enough. We should be pretty close. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. This is 25, and then there's chest and a save up there also at the very end there. There we go, 25 loot. Like I said, if you don't get the full loot, it's kind of like meh. It's like what it gives you more rolls and it's nice, but it's kind of like bladed dive surge. Gradsy, my friend, on his drop he's about to get. Wait, who is that? I have Mr. Bear. That's gonna be close. I think that's right on the money. Oh, he didn't get anything. Rest in peace. Yeah, because this rare chest is worth 75. The other one was only worth 50. So, this. So there we go. Yep, we have exactly the. So now we will have the exact number. We'll get 500 from this, and we will get an easy 500. There we go. And then this is the complete guide to both heists. So pretty easy. This one has different loot style. It's pretty decent though. I enjoyed it. So yeah, that's pretty much the full guide on uh on both heists. Yeah, see that one took a little less time. 11 minutes versus like that other one. It can be done faster, but that's a straight game tip. There you go. This one tends to have a lot more higher loot too, so that's been your guide on how to do both heists. This is DJ Nathaniel out. You have a great time.